Hello and welcome to the Sounds of Salisbury podcast. She's Ellen and she does lots and lots of things to do with the voices of the community.
He's Alex, and what do you do? Sounds of the Salisbury music scene.
Yeah,
Totally forgot what you did.
Sorry.
What your worth was.
What my worth was. Wow. I mean, in fairness, you didn't know I was going to do that. I was going to do it on the last one, but we were too tired.
Yeah.
So
we're back with microphones and headphones. I haven't got my headphones on yet because we haven't got a guest yet. So I thought I would.
So which one of us looks stupid?
Not me.
I don't care.
That's fine. All the audio listeners will not know until I just said.
That's good. Yes. So we're back, and we have a very special guest on the show today. A fantastic sort of newcomer to the Salisbury music scene, who is slowly but surely bringing out all of her songs and playing lots of gigs, which is wonderful.
Yeah, we've seen her a few times, and she is wonderful.
Yep, the fantastic Rosie Jay will be joining us in a little while just to talk about all things music and Wiltshire College and her influences and her music and her gigs and the people that she's sort of coming up with in the music scene.
Yeah, it'd be great.
And lots of stuff like that.
So she has got a song out already.
I was going to say, she's actually, I won't talk about that. We'll talk about what you're about to say.
Oh, so I was about to say, top 10 time.
Wow, throwing that in quick.
Yeah, well, because it's, we like to link our top 10s with our guest. So this week, the wonderful Rosie Jay does have a single out called I Don't Give a Damn. And it made me think about a famous line in a film. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. So that's my example of what my top 10 is going to be.
So you've linked the single that she's released and previously to your quotes from movies.
Well, I've linked it to the top 10, and my top 10 is going to be quotes from movies.
That's really clever.
Thank you. And last time we did a top 10, and I got a few right on the money. So I said about making it like a quiz.
Yeah, was that the there's a little hair? It's really annoying me. I know the viewers can't see it, or but there we go. That was the like most people at a gig thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And I was really good at it. So I kind of wish that we had done a quiz. So this week, I'm actually going to quiz you. So I'm going to give a quote from a film, which is a famous line in a film, one-liner. You then need to tell me what film it's from.
Yeah.
But also to make it a little bit more interesting, because I've been very easy on you. You are going to know them. I also want to know what year the film came out.
What?
So you get half a point for the film and you get half a point for the year. So my example was, quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, which was from no, this isn't. This is my example, so you don't get any points for this one. Which is from Gone with the Wind and 1939.
Oh, I was close in the vicinity.
Close to get no points, by the way. Just disclosure at the beginning. Okay, so are you ready, Alex Morgan Wardrop?
She's loving it.
Sounds of the Salisbury music scene.
The dogs want to have a go, but they can't.
Okay.
All right, fire away.
Fire away. Okay, so I expect you to get all of the movies, but the year I think will be a bit more tricky.
All
so,
right, let's do it.
First one, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
This is a good start. And there are probably people going to be like shouting like the dogs.
Like the dogs, yeah.
The dog's not. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah.
I've no idea. That sounds like a mafia reference. I don't know.
Okay, what's the film?
Godfather?
Yes, half a point. It started well. And what's the year?
Oh, man. Godfather. I'm not doing my impression. No, that's me actually thinking. Is it like 78?
Close, 72.
72.
Okay, number 2. Toto, I have a feeling we're no longer in Kansas.
That's the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, and the year?
Oh, good Lord. 54.
39.
What?
Yeah.
That's another thing. Oh, man. That was the same year as Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, was. I think that was the first year films kind of came in colour, wasn't it? Around
I don't
them.
know.
Yeah.
I wasn't born, so I don't know.
No, you weren't.
No.
Thankfully. The next one you were born for,
Ooh.
and you're going to get this one easy peasy. May the force be with you.
Well, that would be Star Wars episode. Well, to be honest, it could be any of the Star Wars films, but I'm going to go with Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, which was released in 1977.
Oh, boom. 2 straight away. Correct. Yes. Okay, number 4. I'm not going to say it in the way that they would say it because I don't do, but I'm going to. I'm going to have to do it. Show me the money. That's good. Yes.
That's your best Tom Cruise
Wow. I
impression.
decided I didn't want to shout too loud.
So that is Jerry Maguire.
Correct.
So that, oh man.
Dead air on the radio, Alex. Think
98.
Oh, 96. Okay. You can't handle the truth.
Oh, you are proper into the Tom Cruise movies.
Go on.
So that's Jack Nicholson. That is
Should I put some elevator music on?
Oh no, this is terrible. What is it? It's like All the Good Men or something like that.
Oh, I might have to do a poll and see if the viewers think you should get that. One more guess. Close.
No, it's like it's all the
small things.
This is what I have to put up with. It's all the something men, isn't it?
No,
it's all the good something. But
no,
anyway,
it's A Few Good Men.
A Few Good Men. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That would have been right. Jerry Maguire was 96. I'm going to go 94.
Oh, 92. Okay, this one's a bit harder, but I chuckled when I saw this one. So number 6. I'll have what she's having.
That is When Harry Met Sally.
Yes.
That is, it's got to be like 85, 86. I'm going to go 86.
89.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, number 7. If you build it, he will come.
Is it he or is it they? If you build it, they will come.
Well, I wrote this down. So either I wrote it down wrong or it's if you build it, he will come.
Well, it's a Kevin Costner film. I think it's called The Field of Dreams.
Correct.
And that's definitely 90. Oh man. 93.
89. Okay. Number 8. I see dead people.
Okay, spoiler alert.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the film.
I actually found out about this film. I was due to go and watch it at the cinema the night before. It was spoiled for me by Radio 1.
Wow.
They just basically announced it. Somebody announced it on their show. And it's like, well, I'm not going to go to the cinema now.
Well, that's why we listen to Radio Oddstock and not Radio 1.
Yeah,
thank you. Kevlar wouldn't spoil it for you.
Kevlar or whatever it was you said.
All right, don't pick on me. Just because you're not winning.
Right, so that's a Bruce Willis film. That is the line is what is it? Haley Joel Osment or something like that. Oh no, it's not that poppy. No. Oh, this is gonna absolutely do my head in now.
It's going to annoy you now, isn't it?
It is. I think it came out in like, I'm gonna go sort of like 94, something like that. No, actually, it's later than 94. 96. We'll go 96.
Did you actually tell me what the film was called?
No, I'm trying to think. I'm just
Okay.
stalling.
It was 99.
Oh, it's really? Okay,
Yeah.
99. It's M. Night Shyamalan, who was the director and writer.
There is
gone.
no bonus round.
Can't think of it.
No, okay. You should have used the sixth sense.
Oh.
Okay, moving on. Number 9. I feel the need for speed. I said that terribly.
Seriously, it's just a Tom Cruise fest.
Well, he's
So
obviously really good at the
Days of
one-liners.
Thunder.
Excuse me.
Oh no, it's not. It's Tom Cruise. It's Top Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's Top Gun. Nearly got that wrong. Yeah, it's Top Gun. So we've just had that one.
Back when he was only 45 years old. I think we'll cut all these pauses out for
87. No.
Oh, 1 year out. Let's get your mug. 86. Okay, last one, and I've saved this one for a reason.
Okay.
Because it is a quote that we use.
Okay.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
So that'll be Jaws.
Yeah.
Why do I think that's before Star Wars? 75.
Correct. Woo! That's 2 of the years you've got right. So that's a total of 5.
A total of 5 what? 5?
You've scored 5.
5 out
of 10.
Out of 10.
Yes.
That just makes it sound like I got like 5 of them completely wrong. Never mind.
Well, you got 50%. Well, you got that one completely wrong.
Okay, 50%.
You got that one completely wrong.
It's terrible.
half. So yeah, 5, 50%. That's not too shabby. I think that's a good start. It's a good start. I may regret doing this when he does a quiz for me.
Yes. Have we got any mathematicians that we can talk to? Microbiologists or something like that in the Salisbury area.
Yeah, just ask Georgie some technical questions.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Very good. Very good.
It.
I feel a little bit bad that I only got 50% right because I do like my movies and I do like my quotes. I don't like years.
No.
Don't like years. But never mind. Right. Okay. Well, we'll take a little break and then we shall bring out our wonderful guest, Rosie Jay. Okay, so welcome to the podcast, Rosie Jay.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's an honour to have you on the show.
Thank you very much for having me. Yeah.
No, you are more than welcome. I know a lot of people will have seen your name sort of on social media and in the sort of music scene over the last couple of months, because you've done lots and lots, and we'll get to that in a bit. But how did you sort of get into music? So what was your introduction to music?
Well, I've sort of been singing my entire life. I did music groups variously over the years when I was much younger, and then during my school time I was either in the choir or I had singing lessons, I think, towards the end of my schooling. So I've always had music. I did GCSE and yeah, I sort of just always had music there. I picked it up a lot in lockdown, definitely. That's when I started writing more. So yeah, it's always been there for me.
Are your parents musicians?
My mum used to be a musician, yeah.
Oh, really? What did she play? Or does she still?
My mum can play the guitar and piano, and she's a vocalist mainly.
Wow.
She's a singer-songwriter, so I think I get it mainly from her. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna literally. I've got like my notes written down of how I want to like proceed, and I'm going to throw that out the window straight away. Are we going to see a duet at all at any stage? Do you reckon?
If I can convince her, yeah, definitely, I'd like to do that.
That would be so cool because I know Lucas Hardy did a duet with his dad's a little while back, so that'd be really cool to see you do it with your mum as well. That'd just be amazing.
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool. So, what would you say your influences are from a musical perspective?
Well, influences as in musicians, I'd probably say the Cranberries, definitely the Cranberries. They're brilliant. It would be the vocals and the harmonies from them, and I just like their use of effects on the guitars. I mean, I've not really used that much, but it'd be really cool to use.
Yeah, because you're mainly acoustic, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you play electric as well?
I can play a little bit on electric, but I'm definitely more. I think my skill is definitely more on the acoustic. I prefer the acoustic anyway.
And so, do you write sort of specifically for the acoustic, or in your head are you now starting to think how can I create more of a sound that you want to then put out on records? Look at me.
I'd like to have a go with a more electric style. I've got a few songs that I could definitely do that with, and same with the piano. I could do a few songs with the piano as well.
You're very talented. That's guitar and piano. The piano just freaks me out. There's too much to think about there. It really is. I just like the fact that I can play a couple of chords on a guitar and that's it, job done. But then it only takes a couple of chords to write an absolute masterpiece, really, especially on an acoustic guitar. And with a vocal like yours, you pull people in. So we were very lucky to catch you at a Beggar's Bash at the Salisbury Arts Centre, where the Wiltshire College showcase happened, and you performed, and you did I think you did like a couple of covers, and then you did your one original, which we'll get to in a second. How did you find that? Because the Arts Centre it's a big place, it's a daunting place, and there were lots of people there because there were some big bands performing that night. Pronghorn, I think Lump performed as well, and Carillion as well. So
they did.
That's a great sort of bill to be on. How did you find out? Were you nervous?
I was definitely nervous to start with because it was probably my largest audience. Definitely, because I played at the Arts Centre before at Christmas with the college, and there wasn't nearly as many people there as there were that night. But it was just an amazing experience.
I think you did amazing, because I remember watching you and I was absolutely just kind of like transfixed on your voice and your guitar, and then I could just see your microphone slipping as you were performing. I don't know if you remember that, and you would just like continued through the song, and I was like, I just wanted to run up and adjust your microphone for you, but you did outstanding to just carry on regardless.
Thank you. Yeah, I did remember that. I was thinking in my head, am I just getting lower? Is the microphone just dropping? I was so confused.
That shows maturity. In fairness, when things don't feel like they're quite going right, you still continue, and you didn't falter in your performance, and it was captivating, as Ellen rightly said. It's the first time we'd heard your voice, and it was like, wow, okay, this is something special. So we've been following you since then.
Not like stalker following.
Not stalker following, obviously, but just following. So tell us about what you do at Wiltshire College, because obviously we've had Colin on the podcast, but tell us a little bit from your perspective.
Well, I'm a level 3 student, so I'm going into my second year in September. Over the year, we've done so much stuff. It's just amazing. It's definitely the best decision I ever made going to college. And with Colin, we do a lot of the performance side of things, and it's great fun. Colin's taught me so much, and it's sort of like a really nice conversation, the lesson structure. It's not like teacher and student. It's really nice, friendly. It's just a great big group of musicians talking and communicating, and it's amazing. And then with our other tutor, Simon, we do a lot of logic-based stuff. So again, I've learned the other side where it's more studio-based, and I've learned the performance skills, and I love both parts of music equally. It's just great.
And that certainly sets you up for a good, a really healthy start in the music scene, whether it's local or more. Are there any sort of collaborations in there that you kind of worked with, people that you've worked with to just, whether it's you helping them or them helping you?
I've helped a few people on EPs as more production side, and I helped with vocals on a few of them as well, which was really great fun. The studios at college are just great to work in because it's a really easy layout, and the technicians there are really helpful. So you get to learn how to use the equipment, which I had no clue at the start. It was all brand new, and now I can actually feel like I could go in there and I can record a track and not make as many mistakes.
That's fantastic. And as we said, we went and saw the showcase, and there's just so many of you coming through there that just are so talented. It really is fantastic. It really helps the Salisbury music scene to see all these youngsters, all of you.
Showing your age again, Alex.
Showing my age, so.
Not born in 1939, but close.
It just shows that there's so much young talent out there, which is wonderful for the Salisbury music scene, and we absolutely love that. So one of the other sort of young talents that's kind of come through at the same time as you is Seren, who I know you know very well, Seren Masculine. So there's very much a kind of a dynamic and a parallel between the two of you. I don't know if you're, I don't know age-wise, if you're a little older than her or whatever, but listening to the two of you, you've just got these incredibly captivating voices and the ability to tell a story when you're singing a song, whether it's your own or even if it's a cover. You just seem to be able to pull that off, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really good friends with Sarah, and so we talk pretty much every day, and we've been talking about maybe collaborating at some point in the future, which would be quite fun.
Wow, that would be definitely something we'd like to hear for sure. So tell us a little bit about your first single that you released. So we heard it at the showcase at the Arts Centre. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the journey for that song really started back in lockdown, more towards the end before I went into year 9 and 10. And it was just, I think it sort of helped me through the lockdown almost, because before lockdown, I didn't really like school, never really got on well at school, and I was bullied quite a bit. And I just I picked up the guitar in that time, and I just started messing around with the chords like you do anyway with the guitar. That's how I normally write most of my songs. It's just messing around, finding new things, and I just picked up something there, and I thought, well, I could write something here, and I started thinking up words, and I come up with just the sentence, "I don't give a damn," and that was the main thing that sort of just thought, right, I can write some more. And I just kept building on that sort of thing and thinking about myself and what other people could perhaps relate to, and it's just sort of gone on from there. I mean, I had so many rough demos recorded of that song, from first drafts to the finished version, and then I started performing it live, which was just great. And then in the studios, it just sort of come alive to how I originally planned it and wanted it to sound.
So you recorded it with Jolyon Dixon, who's in the duo Illingworth. He's phenomenally talented. So
he really is, yeah.
It's really good to be able to work with people like that. What sort of advice did he give you?
He's given me a lot of advice. He's pushed me to do more. He's helped me learn so much within the industry. In the studio, when we were recording I Don't Give a Damn, it was just an incredible experience to work with someone like him, because he's just so talented in many areas, and the passion you can see for music is just incredible. I mean, it's definitely an honor to work with someone like Jolyon.
Yeah, I mean, he's performed with like so many names. If I
Yeah.
started listing them, we'd have a podcast that's about 4 hours long, I think. Yeah, we've got a lot of time for Jolyon. He's a phenomenal musician and a really, really lovely bloke as well.
He's very
Yeah.
unassuming. I actually know his next door neighbor, and she didn't even realize he was a musician. That's how unassuming he is. He doesn't parade himself around,
No,
whereas with his skill set, he totally should.
Yeah, without a doubt.
definitely, yeah.
So did you record? So we're going to go straight into it. So did you record your new single, your next single, with Jolyon as well?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I plan to record
Did.
all of my stuff with Jolyon, really.
Yeah.
After that first experience, I don't give a damn. It'd be great to work with him again.
So is that is it Solo Rats? What's it called?
Cellar Rats is a band.
I know.
It's Tunnel Rats.
Tunnel Rats
Studios.
Tunnel Rat Studios.
Is that right?
I worked in there back last year. Actually, I did 2 cover recordings there, but I've been using Jolyon's home studio, which is
it's
really
home.
nice.
Excellent. That's cool. That's cool. So so the new single, which is out on the 1st of August,
Yeah.
I believe. So
Yeah.
tell us a little about that. So it's called Sing Another Love Song.
Yeah, so I started writing that earlier on this year in February, when I think it was just sort of like springtime, and I was just messing around with chords again, just fiddling around with the guitar, and I'd started using more like broken chords, and I thought I would like to write something which was more soft this time and really different from I Don't Give a Damn, so it's not got the same feeling at all. And I just remember just playing around, and I sort of come up with a few words, and I love the film Nightmare Before Christmas, so Jack and Sally was a great lyric there, and they're obviously like quite an iconic couple from a film that you would normally see. And then John Carter and Johnny Cash was the other couple that I chose, because I love Johnny Cash as well. His music is just really good. So I thought, well, 2 different iconic couples would be great. So we've used both of them in the first opening lyric. And I just thought of other things that sort of come with like spring and love and new beginnings, and just sort of written something else. So it was just, I don't know, just really special. And I enjoyed that song the most out of both of them that I've got. I mean, that's my favorite song that I've written.
Do you kind of so sometimes if I write, I have an idea of lyrics and I write, and then it's a case of trying to work out musically how I can put something to that. So you've sort of said on both occasions you're just playing with the guitar and something comes and then everything spins. Do you have sort of lyrics written down that you might kind of go, oh, hang on a second, that might fit nicely in here? Or is it literally a case of you just roll with it and see what happens?
Sometimes it's rolling with it. I have a great big book of lyrics. I've got a few books of lyrics, and sometimes when I'm stuck for words, I just go through and flick through of stuff that I've just written down. I mean, there's a few songs in there I've not come up with music for yet, which I hope to at some point. But I normally just pick and choose from my books or just start completely brand new.
Wow. Mad. Absolutely mad. It just kind of blows me away. So how old are you?
17.
17. God, and I just, yeah, I love people that are talented, and you're so humble as well. It's wonderful. I really, really love it. Really love it. So Sing Another Love Song, that is out on the 1st of August. Have you got any gigs sort of coming up after that where people can go and listen to that live? Because they'll be able to listen to it on all the streaming services, but it's wonderful to listen to things live as well. So have you got any gigs in August that might come up?
I don't believe I've got many coming up, as I'm at the moment, I'm focused on writing quite a lot. I'd like to write and hopefully get to my goal of maybe releasing an album at some point, but I'm sure do some open mic nights and things like that.
Yeah, so we watched your Instagram live stream, which you did. I think it was the same day as the football was on.
Yeah, I did.
So you cut your set short. Do you think you'll be doing more sort of Instagram, Facebook, maybe some YouTube videos, some live stuff that way?
Definitely, yeah. I'd like to get more into live streams. It'd just be nice because I know some of my friends can't make it to all my gigs, so maybe doing a live would just be nice so they could actually get like the experience without having to go, because I know they feel bad not going, so it's just nice to do.
Yeah. Did you get much feedback from that? Do you do it when you do it live? Obviously, people message. Have you got someone looking at any messages or likes or things that come up, or are you just doing it on your own?
I did it with my mum. She was sort of keeping an eye on how many people viewed it. We didn't really get much opportunity to look at the messages, but I got quite a lot of good feedback later on that day from people who'd watched it and messaged me later on, which was really nice to see.
Yeah,
That's
excellent.
cool.
It's a great platform.
It is, absolutely. Facebook Live, Instagram Live, TikTok as well. They're all great platforms for up and coming musicians. So you mentioned about, potentially a goal of releasing an album. What other goals are there? Are you a goals orientated person? Do you kind of go, I'd like to do that, I'd like to do that, I'd like to do that, or do you just go with it and see what happens?
I mean, I want to go with it and see what happens, but I just want to do as much as I can musically. I'd like to perform in as many venues as I can, as many festivals. It would just be amazing because that's all I want to do. Like, performing is just amazing. I get up on that stage and I'm just in the zone, and I get to share music with people who love that kind of music or just love listening to songs, and it's just great. Releasing an album is one of my big goals, because I'd like to have something where all of my songs are in one place that everyone can just listen to all of them, and it would just be really nice to have that.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
Do you have a specific music Facebook page, or is it just everything's geared through your own?
Well, I have my normal Rosie Jay page, which is my homepage, and then I have another Rosie Jay page that is linked to that. I think it's in the bio and on my Instagram bio.
Okay, so if they search Rosie Jay, they can then find your music page.
Yeah.
And obviously you can be found, as I said, on all the usual streaming services as well.
Definitely.
I'm pretty sure Don't Give a Damn is on our Spotify playlist as well. So Salisbury and somewhere in between, which is brilliant. Skipping away from music for a second, I also, so this just kind of shows how talented but also busy you are. You've also got a Rosie Jay Art Instagram page.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like skimming through that yesterday when I was writing my notes. I was like, there's no end to this young lady's talents. Some of your drawings are fantastic.
Thank you.
Really are incredibly talented. Is that something you kind of do to relax, or you just draw, or?
Well, it's definitely a hobby, because I did GCSE art as well, and I found that as soon as I did it as I had to do it, I didn't enjoy it as much. So I tend to, whenever I'm not doing music, I'm doing art, and I'm always drawing and painting things. And I try and link the two together. So some of my art pieces might be like artwork towards a song or something. And I love that as like a way to relax in the evening, or just in the afternoon when I've got nothing to do, I just draw.
Excellent. You'll be doing your own album covers and things then.
Yeah, definitely. That would be cool.
Yeah. I know my son took art GCSE, and he was a prolific drawer. I absolutely loved his expression on a page. But as soon as you went to GCSE, he found it was stifled. You had to do watercolor, and you had to do this. He's like, where's the self-expression in art? So I think you kind of have to go through that GCSE journey to then be allowed, a bit like with music, to then express yourself at the back of it. So if you've got art and music and you're a singer-songwriter, I say watch this space, people. That's what I say.
Absolutely, watch this space. Rosie, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
We absolutely love listening to you perform. We very much look forward to hearing Sing Another Love Song August 1st. And we will see you at a gig very, very soon.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me on the show. It's been great.
Thank you.
Thank you. And there we go.
Oh, she was lovely. And do you know what I really love is that the young upcoming musicians are actually willing to speak to us.
We're not scared them away.
Well, to be fair, I don't think they've actually watched the podcast and they're watching it now. But yeah, I'm not going on that.
Don't know. No, I think I don't know. I think there's so much young talent out there. I think a lot of them do follow the sounds of Salisbury on like the Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, they
It's
might like the
good.
pictures. They don't have to hear us rabble on.
Listen to
but-
these old people. What are they doing? Talking about films that are like 7 times my age. Jeez.
I do feel sorry for Rosie Jay when I made that joke about you being born in 1939 because she wasn't in the podcast when we did the top
Yeah.
10, so she's probably wondering what on earth that joke was
It's
about.
just two
but
old people laughing to each other. It's-
She's way too polite to
Yeah.
have asked.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Bless. So please go and check her out when she's performing. She's absolutely brilliant. So hopefully she'll have some gigs coming up in August and September. And any of the other guys that are out there doing their stuff, everybody, literally, doesn't matter. Go and support your local music scene. It is darn important. We absolutely love it. There is so much talent out there. Please go and check it all out.
Yeah, come and say hi. If you're at a gig and you see us, come and let us know what you think of it, and then we can take your opinion and bring it to the podcast.
Ooh. And if you are like a band that wants to come onto the podcast because you're releasing something,
An actual band, not just like a band, would be better. I'm like a band,
like a
but
band.
I'd rather be an actual band.
Wow.
So if you're an actual band and want to be on the podcast, or an actual solo performer and want to be on a podcast,
Yeah, all right, that as well. Then drop us a message, especially if you've got stuff that you're releasing or big gigs that are coming up. That's absolutely exactly what we're looking for.
yeah.
And obviously also
I'm also looking, at charities, local community interests. I'm definitely looking for more searching. I have got firemen coming up at some point. Ooh, yeah.
I don't know why I did that. That's just a little weird, but
And don't worry, ladies. One of the questions is, where is the next calendar? It's not really one of the questions. I might actually have to drop it in there
You
now.
will.
I should stop just rambling on.
Will. You
Yeah.
absolutely will.
And we've noticed that the mayor of Salisbury is doing stuff, trying to raise money locally as well. He's just had a birthday bash, big birthday bash
Ellen
at the
clearly had
weekend.
one or two many at his birthday bash.
Well, I also know that he's looking at doing a gin tasting at the Pickled Frog, which I might have to go along to that as well. So maybe I'll ask him, see if he wants to come on the podcast
be
and
cool.
talk about his charity
Yeah.
work.
We've had a deputy mayor on the show before.
We
the lovely
have.
Caroline Corbyn in season 2. Not Poppy. No.
If people don't actually hear the dog barking, that would sound a bit bizarre. There's a dog barking outside our dogs.
Seriously.
Yeah.
They can hear. They can hear our dog.
Yeah, so lovely Caroline Corbyn. We were speaking about Salisbury Pride a few years ago to her. The mayor, fireman. I'm going to go sort these dogs out. We made to wrap this up. Leia, come here.
I guarantee Joe Rogan or whatever his name is does not have this problem. Not at all. I guarantee. Because he's probably not got any dogs floating around. But we don't care.
He's got money. He's probably got a dog sitter that's outside like, pawning over them.
Honestly. What have we got coming up? Well, we're hoping, as Ellen said, we've got ideas. We want to bring them to fruition. We're also looking at interviewing a musical duo who we mentioned a couple of weeks ago. We're going to get them on the podcast. We've got another Salisbury legend in the pipeline whose podcast will probably be about 6 times longer than
I was going to say, is that
Colin
another
Holton's.
5-episode podcast?
That would, that's brilliant. We just record it in one go and then split it into 5. We ain't got to do anything for 5 weeks. Wait, it's genius.
Next June. That's
There
our
we go.
that's another
Next
month
June.
off.
That'll be it. A month off. there is a band that are going to be releasing a new album soon, and we're hoping to be chatting with one of the luminaries from them as well, which would be really, really good. Plus
Oh, a
other stuff
band
as
that I
well.
think you've worn their T-shirt on the podcast a few times, but we're not going to disclose who. You've definitely worn their T-shirt on the podcast.
You sure?
Yeah, with some pink shorts. little
Oh,
clue for
little
anyone.
clue. But other than the fact that people can't see whether I'm wearing shorts.
True.
So, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
We'll have to check that to see if that is true or not. And also, on a really serious note, if you have any quiz ideas for me for Ellen next, just drop me a message, because 5 out of 10 I'm not having her beat me. But hey, we'll see how it goes. Until then,
Yes. Goodbye.
It's a goodbye from me.
Oh no, we can't do that because that's plagiarism.
Oh no, I'm just saying it's a goodbye from me.
Oh,
You didn't have to say anything. It's all
okay.
good.
I nearly did. Bye.
See you later.